Are you coming to the Council on Foreign Relations?
Before you tell us it's inconsistent, Ambassador.
Well, I'm just going to start by saying that, we called for this session with our French colleagues. We heard a lot of concern expressed round the table about what Iran had done in test launching the missiles on the 1st of December. And a number of speakers referred to the very important point that what the resolution 2231 calls on Iran not to do is develop such missiles that are designed to be capable of carrying nuclear weapons. It's not saying, just a minute please, it's not saying that nuclear missiles must be on the missiles for them not to happen. It's saying they simply need to be capable of carrying nuclear weapons. And that's a very important point. And we know from the whole issues around DPRK that these sorts of questions, capabilities, need addressing right at the start of any process if we're ever to have success in maintaining international peace and security. So, as I say, it was a good session in closed consultations, and it is part and parcel of Iran's destabilising activity in the region. But I also want to be very clear that there is another course of action for Iran. We have engaged with our European partners in dialogue with Iran on foreign policy issues like Yemen. We have tried to have a dialogue on ballistic missiles. We recognise that Iran has a legitimate role in the region, and we recognise that she has legitimate defensive needs. But we also believe, and our information is, that the sorts of missiles she test-launched on 1 December go way beyond legitimate defensive needs. And in respect of her overall role in the region, we look again to Iran to cease its destabilising activity and play a constructive role in this very important region.
Any follow-up on this meeting?
We'll have to see. There's no immediate follow-up.
Why does the President of the Council does not believe that the launch on the 1st of December is verified? He told us that.
I'm afraid you would have to ask him that. I think it's well known that there was a launch, so I don't know, I'm afraid.
Just one question about Hamas on Thursday, the Hamas resolution. Does the UK, do you believe that it should be 2/3 or a majority vote in the General Assembly? Because you know that you've been in UN affairs for a long time.
It's an interesting question, and I'm still thinking about that one, to be absolutely honest, because I think one could argue either case, and different ramifications flow from how you approach it. So we will obviously want to think about the broader picture as we reach a conclusion on that particular point. We'll want to talk to our American colleagues. We'll want to talk to our EU colleagues. I'm sorry, you had a question?
Yes, I was just going to say, you said such matters in terms of whether it's a violation had to be addressed at the very beginning of the process. If that's the case, why was the wording so vague at the time as to say calls on Iran not to undertake such activity rather than forbidding it, which was criticised at the time?
I didn't negotiate that resolution, so I'm afraid I can't help you with parsing it. Yes, but I haven't got the textbooks and records here. Resolutions often do a multiple number of things, and different language is used in different circumstances, reflecting what is possible to get agreed. The primary focus of that resolution is obviously on the JCPOA. This is a different issue. But I do want to say that there is no legitimate reason why Iran should flout the resolution, and why their spokesman should pretend that the resolution doesn't call on them not to develop such missiles. I think that's the much more important point. If you wanted to demonstrate to the international community that you were a responsible member of it and you were genuinely interested in regional peace and security, these are not the sorts of missiles you would be test launching.
Does there need to be any action following on that from the Council, or will that be harmful for the JCPOA?
I don't see a connection, but I refer you to the earlier answer. We haven't anything planned at the moment, and I'm sure we'll let you know if that changes. One more question. I am not right in the thick of Yemen. I know that people are on their way to Stockholm. I don't think there's anything I can usefully tell you, except that we obviously wish the Special Envoy well in his efforts to bring the parties together. Thank you very much.
Thank you.